Doing? Welcome to the Psychic News Network. I have my watermelon slices behind me. They're fake, but I did have some watermelon today. It was quite refreshing. Welcome to the era of global climate change and global warming. Hi, Joanne, and your husband. What I've decided to do this summer is to not be in denial. And this isn't for everybody because I live in the Northeast, so it's a bit cooler here, and I'm also by the ocean, so thankfully it's a bit cooler than for most of you who have to live in air conditioning. So I've decided to not use air conditioning. I've decided, because I can get through without using it, that I'm going to be advocating for not being in denial of what we're going through. I mean, if I was in Texas or if I was in Florida, I wouldn't be doing this. But I'm in Massachusetts and I'm by the ocean, and it's cooler than it is in the rest of the country, but it's hot. Doesn't mean it's not hot. So I'm making myself less inclined to not think about global climate change. And Joanne's out of watermelon. Time to go to the store. As you know, I've shortened my videos. I haven't had a lot of luck with making them real short, but I have my hourglass, and the reason that I'm doing that is that I'm wondering if it'll up my number of viewers, and I'm testing out a few things, and it's one thing. So let's talk about the fascist movement. There's a fascist movement happening in the United States of America. So just like global climate change, I'm not willing to be in denial about it. I'm not saying that you guys are, but I just want to I'm not going to avoid the topic. I never do. I'll always tackle the topics that are tough. Tackle tough topics. And I know that we have to make more people aware of the need for everybody to be on board. So we are doing what we can with Grassroots of Democracy, especially to get people involved. And our new slogan at Grassroots of Democracy is build a democracy habit. So we can all get into like a routine. Like we meet 3 times a week. Last night was our 20 on Tuesdays, where we do a guided meditation for a healed America. And I just want to say that guided meditation that we did last night, which is a channeled meditation that I lead everybody through for 20 minutes, it was a really important one, and I think I'm going to send it to everybody. Get on the list if you can, even if you're in Quebec. Hello, Quebec. Because that meditation is recorded, and you receive a recording afterwards. Hello. Of the meditation, so you can do it anytime. But it had to do with energetically dealing with this attempted fascist takeover in America. I am not going to sugarcoat it. I've never been the type that sugarcoats things. I tell it like it is. What's up with your sister, Betty? Betty has a sister, because she said it in the chat several times. Betty has a sister who has the ability to say, it doesn't involve me. It doesn't affect me. I'm telling you what, look out. I actually just saw a little bit of a clip on Ari Melber. He showed a little clip of Laura Ingraham. I think that's how she says her name. And, hey Darren, I got your envelope. Thank you. I much appreciate. You'll be getting a note from me. Laura on Ingraham on Fox, I think it's Ingraham. She was saying, I think it was pretty recent, This climate hoax, oh, it's hot because it's summer. Give me a break. It's hot because it's summer? Tell that to the people in Vermont that there's no global climate change. And Monday, the energy was really weird on Monday. Just remember a couple days ago we were having massive flooding in the Northeast. You've been hot from January 2023? Yeah. So with the attempted fascist takeover, we would never address global climate change. Your younger sister says the same thing. She's 8 years younger, and is she saying that there's no global climate change? Because, you know, people have been talking about global climate change, scientists, for decades. And on that note, oh, I have 4 sisters too. Joanne's saying she has 4 sisters. On that note, so I was watching Rachel Maddow the other day, and the other night, Monday night, I was at my folks, and they had it on, and because I don't usually watch Rachel because she freaks me out, but she's getting a little bit better because she's she does a fear mongering thing that we don't really need that right now. We don't need to shut down because we get too afraid. But anyway, I digress. So Rachel Maddow had on a weatherman. I believe he was in the Midwest. You may have seen this. The weatherman was talking about why we are having this huge change in our climate. You may have seen this. Yeah, too many people only think about themselves, but it is going to affect themselves, right? Anyway, so this weatherman, really sweet guy, definitely a weather nerd, definitely a science guy. And so he does the weather somewhere in the Midwest. No, oh, okay, from Iowa. Now, Ryan Hall has a YouTube channel. I don't know if he's a weatherman on TV. So, yeah, Rachel, she can be real negative, but she's getting a little better. So this weather guy in Iowa, from Iowa, had to move because he was explaining to people why the weather's been so insanely hot and crazy and all these weather disasters, and he was just explaining the science of it. And guess what? You can guess. Well, you may have seen it. He got so many death threats because he was talking about global climate change. He wasn't even taking like a position. He was just saying, this is what's happening. Like a school teacher. This is what's happening. This is the science. This is how it happens. This is why it's happening. One of your sisters said she's a climate denier. Several tornadoes passed close to her in South Dakota last week. Did she change her mind, Joanne? Oh, by the way, I had told a couple people I was going to be outside tonight, and then a couple things happened. One is that the clouds rolled in, and the other is that I couldn't find my portable charger for my phone. But maybe on Friday. We'll see what the weather is on Friday. But I'm going to broadcast. I'm going to do a live stream from outside one of these days, one of these evenings. So the poor weatherman from Iowa, who is just like this nice weatherman telling you why things are happening the way they are, just much like a school teacher, and he gets freaking death threats. I don't know, maybe people are just losing their minds. Wait, I'm looking for my cards. Hang on. I got this little pack of cards, and it's because you know I just kind of like to browse for cards. More people are now moving to the climate denial states like Florida and Texas. There's no way would I go south. No way. Yeah, Al Gore tried to warn us with that movie, which I didn't see because I thought it would scare the bejesus out of me. Because it was all too real. Same reason I don't watch Ghost. movies with ghosts. Not really, but anyway. So I got these cards because I thought it would be fun. It's just a major arcana. You love that movie? So that was like maybe the year, maybe it was like the late 90s, and Inconvenient Truth. Yeah, I didn't want to watch it because it was bad enough that I dropped out of environmental science studies because it was too scary, and that was a long time ago, and it hasn't gotten any better. Yeah. So these cards I got from Etsy, the Crystal Ball Tarot. It's just the major arcana. So we're gonna pick a card about global climate change since we're on the topic. And if you're just joining us, I've made a commitment to not put my air conditioner unit in the window. So as to not be in denial, to not just turn on the AC and go, it's okay, we have AC, which contributes to global climate change. But I don't mean to guilt you. If you're in a hot place, you have to survive, so run the AC. Got to live the heat, just like the cold. You mean love the heat? So we're going to pull one of my new cards, the Crystal Ball Tarot by artwork by John William Waterhouse. Just wondering if I can give credit where credit's due. But that's all I see. Artwork by John William Waterhouse. Picking a card about global climate change. Judgment. Okay, so on global climate change, we have, aren't these pretty? This is a judgment. It's a judgment card. It's like, this art is from, gosh, I would say the late 1800s, early 1900s. Anyway, so this is regarding global climate change. You have achieved a level of clarity and composure that allows you to calmly evaluate your choices in order to make positive decisions. The question is to give us, a little insight into global climate change. Diane, you're going to be just fine. I just want you to know that. So, I just saw Bill Nye, the science guy, was on Ari Melber for a short clip, and I've been reading this more and more, and I have said this many times. There's a window of opportunity. You're welcome, Betty. There's a window of opportunity for we on planet Earth to use the technology that's available to start to curb the disastrous effects of global climate change. You don't see sand in my timer. I know. I'm like, I'm very aware of that. I feel like I have to make shorter videos, but I'm a little bit averse to the idea. But I am going to flip it, just so I kind of keep track and we don't go for 90 minutes, because that's too long for people, because in general, most people have short attention spans, and there's nothing I can do about that. But anyway, just so you know, regarding global climate change, I have the judgment card, which says that we have a level of clarity and composure. Well, I think that it's sobering, so maybe that's got to do with the composure, that allows you to calmly evaluate yourself and your choices in order to make positive decisions. So this is what I was saying. We have a window of time. It's going to close. It's already partly closed to do massive changes that will help us to at least stop the bleeding when it comes to climate change. Yep, there's that. Betty the Bunny says hello. And it's also happening in the Supreme Court. What's happening in the Supreme Court? Things are changing. Wow, I said everything will be okay before you even said anything. I have ESP. I've been told. Sometimes people say, what are you, psychic or something? Well, it's a living. Let's grab these cards. I guess not. I just threw them across the room. Hang on. Let's grab these cards. Let's go with Llewellyn today. Tonight. When you don't have AC, everything's just like, oh, just kind of slow. And just kind of going with the flow. Not moving real fast. That's okay. We can use some slowing down. Okay, so there was a fascist hearing today. I do my best to keep my positivity going. That's my job, keep my positivity going. When I see the fascists in our government that are working really hard to destroy America, and I'm not just saying that. Where's my fan? It's right there. It's right there, and it's on the ceiling. Do get the meditation from last night, because, you know, we're visualizing these people losing power. The people that are attempting to destroy the FBI. Can you imagine if the FBI was destroyed just for a second? Don't imagine it for too long. If the FBI was forced out of existence, we have no security. Our national security is already like Swiss cheese as it is. Oh, I am going to read on Tuberville. If you want the short version of the meditation, I'm going to give you a little bit of a... There's a vat of white light. That's all I'm going to tell you. And the meditation for Healed America from last night. There's a vat of white light binding the evil. You just got to get it. Go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com. So anyway, without the FBI, they're wanting to defund the FBI. They're wanting to accuse the Biden administration of weaponizing the Department of Justice. So, you know, if you're Putin, or if you're a dictator in our enemy country, you're like, yeah, go. It's like a game. It's like a football game or something. It's like, go, yeah, destroy America, and they're just right in lockstep. You know, Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Trader Green, appropriately Trader Green. I mean, it's like, anyway, thank goodness for Dan Goldman and Chuck Schumer and the rest of them. Adam Schiff. I didn't hear Adam Schiff today. I don't know if he was there. They're out and out fascists. There's no hiding it. There's no hiding it. Yeah, we'll get to Joe Biden and NATO too. There's so much to go over. I know, and one person holding up military appointments, but you have to like think about how clear it is to a clear-thinking person how much they're working for enemies, for our enemy, for I mean, the Kremlin's probably really cheering them on. Jamie Raskin, Senator Whitehouse, yeah. I was just thinking of the ones that I saw today at the little, I couldn't really watch very much of it because I just get too furious. Ted Lieu making some great points, yeah. And, you know, right to the Democrats that are standing up for democracy and fighting this fascism. And tell your friends, the Democrats are rocking it. They need our help. Okay, so I'm going to pull 3 cards on the clown hearings. Denise at Spiritual Growth Tarot, she put up a picture of a line of clowns to represent the GOP. Hello, hello, hello. So we're reading on the fascists, these fascist hearings. The 4 of Swords, let me just tell you, they're exhausted. And I was noticing Matt Gaetz' energy, and it was really like, Matt Gaetz' energy feels like he I'm saying this because I see the 4 of Swords. They're exhausted. Nothing's really working. But I don't mean to give you a false sense of security. Yeah, Tuberville called white supremacists true Americans. Yeah, we'll get to him next. If I get on a tangent and we don't get to him next, remind me. Tuberville. This is about the hearings, the clown hearings today. Matt needs to be in jail. He doesn't look good. He just looks ugly and awful. More so. There's some great people in Texas. Anyway, we're talking about the hearings, but I just tuned in for the Democrats in Texas, and there's some really great Democrats in Texas. Okay, so about those hearings where they drilled Christopher Wray, a Trump appointee no less, about, oh, the FBI is working for the Biden administration, blah, 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 just lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. He does look guilty. Yeah, Matt Gaetz, I agree. And who was the other one that I was, Comer. Oh my gosh. Comer's like the class dunce. He's so dumb. He's just so... James Comer is like not... There's nobody home. I am serious. I'm not saying that to be insulting, but I don't care if I insult him. He's insulted our democracy. James Comer. So this is about those crazy hearings. The Knight of Wands. They're acting all brave. Oh, Jim Jordan was the other one. He looks awful. They're acting all brave, but this is a DOJ. I know I say it all the time, and you're probably really tired of me saying it, but I get a lot of knights and a lot of pages, and that represents law enforcement. The Nine of Pentacles. So they're getting all nuttier. They're writing from the inside. So please get a copy of a recording of our meditation from last night. Homer Comer. It's worse than that. But the Four of Swords is they're running out of steam to keep up the lies. They really are, people. They're running out of energy. Some of them aren't well. And it bears mentioning that the heat is getting to them too. Matt Gaetz is in Florida. Marjorie Trader is in Georgia. I mean, I know they're in Washington, but I'm just saying. The heat's making people feel sick. I actually had an incident the other night. I felt like, I don't know if it was the heat, but because it was a rainy night, but it was like, whoa. That's why I said the energy on Monday was really weird. I nearly passed out. It was the strangest thing. So, but I had just driven by this area where they had just, they were doing asphalt, you know, that horrible smell in the heat. It's really bad. Which reminds me of Ron the Fascist, you know, saying that radioactive waste can be mixed into the substance they use to make roads. Really bad. Yeah, that's what happened to me. I mean, it was at night and it was Monday. It was a rainy, foggy day. I actually, my sense was that I inhaled those awful chemicals when I was driving by a place. I was like, what is that awful smell? But maybe I didn't drink enough water or something, but I thought the tar, yeah. It was right after I drove by there. All of a sudden I was like, whoa, I better pull over. This is like, whoa. I hope I don't just drop. Drink more water if you're having bad headaches. Yeah, drink more water. This is what's going to be happening. I mean, I brought that up because I see that there are people, these fascists, that are, you know, it takes a lot of energy to keep up a clown show like that, you know, and it's when they're using up a lot of energy, like I get warm doing readings because I'm using up a lot of energy. They must perspire while they're lying. What happened if Mayor of Chicago, please tune in to Ryan Hall, y'all, for an urgent warning. You don't have to apologize for warning people that there might be a tornado coming. Don't ever apologize for that. Glenna, thanks for sharing. If you're in Chicago, please tune in to Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall is a weatherman on YouTube. He's quite good. If there's a tornado coming, he's going to be chasing it. Okay. These cards just flipped over all by themselves, and I was saying that I would read on Tuberville next, so I'm going to take that these are for that. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Chicago. Somebody just said in Chicago there's severe weather warnings. So if you live in Chicago, turn on the weather alert. We're saving lives here. Tuberville. I think he's going to be ousted. I don't know how. I don't think he can keep up this jig. Tommy Tuberville was directly involved in January 6th. Directly involved. Tuberville. Yeah. Throw him in the vat of white light. Oh, putting a little bit of salt in your water. Probably good to use like sea salt, like or Himalayan salt. Yep, banana. Darren was a nurse. Yep, do what you can, and don't drive by where they're pouring asphalt. And then tar. And the heat. Remove from committee, yeah. Tommy Tuberville, however the heck you say his name. I don't have any, like, feeling like, oh, I should be respectful and say the name correctly when they're horrible, heinous people. I'll say his name however I want. Laura Ingraham. Tommy Tuberville. Anyway, there's a ton of evidence against him. He was in direct connection with Trump on January 6th. He was part of the insurrection. I'm getting seditious conspiracy is popping into my head. Yeah, you feel so bad for poor people pouring the tar in the heat. It was actually later in the day. It was at night. Behind the scenes, the DOJ is working away. I mean, the guys are showing me that they're weaving their story together, their facts. They're weaving the facts together. Hope he gets convicted. I'll take a look. King of Cups. This is the DOJ coming after Tuberville. How dare he hold up our military? How dare he compromise our national security? Do we see a common theme? Have hearings with Christopher Wray, the head of the FBI. Make him out to be a woke lib, even though Trump appointed him and he's a hardcore conservative. They're doing that. Tuberville is wanting to screw up the military. People can't get promotions. It's really a problem for our national security. He doesn't care. They're trying to make us vulnerable to attack. Trump is, selling our national security, our top security secrets. Live Golf is trying to weasel their way in through sports. Will he get away with it? Will he be stopped? I just thought that he would be. Did you miss that part? You're missing your notifications for when I'm on? I'm on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 Eastern Time. I think you have to tap on the bell. I think you have to turn your notification thing on if you haven't. You might have already done it, but... Oh, Electrostorm just got here. I just read on him. And I got that he was heavily involved in January 6th, Tuberville. You've hit the notification bell. I'm starting to think that YouTube is just, they're mad at me or something. I'm starting to think that. Like, I don't know if you can donate or be a member in the chat. Like, is that showing up? I don't even know. The membership stickers are showing up. If somebody becomes a member right now, I'll be able to tell if it's working. For a mere $6.99 a month. And you support me! Is Tuberville going to be, is he going to be ousted from the committee that he's on? Yeah, and I get Goldman. I get Goldman. Did he go to Russia in 2018? Was he one of the people that went to Russia in 2018? Did he go? I don't think he was on that trip. Doesn't mean he's not being influenced by the people that did go on that trip. YouTube is messing around with all the notifications. I don't know, YouTube has it out for its channel owners for some reason. I'm not sure what it is. I appreciate that I can be here, but I wish they'd stop effing around with everything. Click on the bell, then be sure you highlight all. Okay. You click the bell for all notifications and don't get them until late. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 or so. 7 or 7:05. I'm always here. Hi, Colorful Foresight. Haven't seen you much lately. So he'll be ousted from his committees, Tuberville. And will he be in trouble with the DOJ? Yes, definitely. I can feel that. Yes. Tuberville is really, thank you, Colorful Foresight. Really strong yes on Tuberville has got the laws coming for him. See, this is why they're trying to shut down the FBI. This is why they're trying to shut down the FBI. Hello? It doesn't take a rocket scientist. I mean, I know that, but you know, bears repeating. Okay. And how about Marjorie Taylor Greene? I mean, whenever she gets up there to speak, I feel like I'm listening to a middle school student. Only a middle school student would be smarter. Jailbird for Tuberville. The guides just said he would step down. Like that would be the punishment. Yeah, the Marines have no commandant since 1865. This is the first time since 1865. Boy, they were making history. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, she reads off her paper like, and the meaning of the Constitution. It's like she's chill out in it. Okay. Tuberville going to jail. It looks like he may serve some jail time. Marjorie Taylor Greene, they're all miserable. Remember when Nancy Pelosi just like waved over at them and on the Senate floor and said, "Look at you, you're all miserable." Yeah, her voice is so irritating. And speaking of irritating voices, how about Ron DeFascist, man? Jeez. A 6th grader reads better than her. Yeah, but she does sound like a child when she's speaking. Not a smart child. Yeah, it looks like Tuberville is in trouble. I mean, I don't see the military making a case against Tuberville because that's not their role. But I do see representatives in Congress. I mean, a lot of them are lawyers, the Democrats. I do see them. Yeah, Boebert has an irritating voice too. I do see a legal case brought against Tuberville because of this antic, this very dangerous antic. Why are you saying too many supplements affect your brain? What are you guys talking about? Oh, Marjorie? Oh, yes. Mara is still in horror about Mr. Satan's ad, yeah, that I showed the other day. I had to show you guys that. It's the kind of thing that kind of lingers and stays with you. It's like, oh my God, was that really that dystopian? Let's read on that. Let's read on Casey DeSantis, the after effect of that ad. Remember, Moms for Liberty is an evil organization that's aligned with white supremacist groups. We're reading on Casey DeSantis. They're fascist. We're actually reading on how that ad went for her. Oh, she looks so fake. She looks like an evil Barbie. It's bad. What did somebody say the other night? When I was on the show with Denise and Lisa, what were they calling her? Walmart Barbie? Yes. She gives you PTSD. I know, it's kind of like, she's kind of like out of a horror movie, you know? So, creepy, scary. So the aftermath of her commercial, yeah, what she's doing is she's hiding her crimes. She's attempting to hide her crimes. Walmart Barbie. Walmart Karen. Oh my gosh. Three of Pentacles. Okay. What she's doing is she's building a front. She's building a facade. That's what she's doing. Oh, Terry's here. Yes, exactly. Casey DeFascist is the priest, the high priestess. She's hiding something. She's building something. She's in the process of building a huge facade. Like, talk about Disney World. You know how Disney World is the world of, like, imagination? This is the evil. This is like, think about the evil. I don't mean to bring Disney into it, but I was just thinking about places you can go where you can enter into a kind of a new reality. So let's just say it's a virtual reality. She's building like a virtual reality, a world. I don't mean that literally. Never worked where? At Disney? She may have, because I'm getting the, actually, so I'm reading on Casey DeSantis, and I keep getting Disney, but nothing to do with the lawsuits and between Ron and Disney. More to do with creating a fantasy world. Yes, yeah, she thinks she'll be the next Jackie Kennedy, because I'm really getting that. Like, she's building a fantasy world, not only for herself, but for the people that see the, it's like an evil fantasy. Hi, Marby. It's like an evil fantasy. The Seven of Wands, she's going to have to make her way out of that positioning that she put herself in, because it's, I'm telling you, Ron DeFascist is going to be done next month. Is he going to be, okay. You know, things do change somewhat. Like, time is hard to predict. I thought the war, you know, on Ukraine, for instance, would be done by January. But you know what? Just quick switch of topics. Something did shift in January for the war in Ukraine. I read it as the end of the war, but something did shift at that 1 year mark, February, that 1 year mark. So back to Casey DeSantis. Does she live in a fantasy world in her head? She lives in a fantasy world. Yes, she's delusional. And yeah, actually somebody brought that up the other night. I'm getting Ginny Thomas energy. I don't know if they know one another. Yeah, well, see, yeah. Casey is the evil fantasy. You know, like, put it this way. Oh, Rudy was talking to Tuberville during the January 6th. Yeah, that's coming. Put it this way. Some little girls maybe resonate with Cinderella. I'm just talking about kind of archetypes. Some little girls resonate with, like, Snow White, right? I'm just talking Disney. Casey DeFascist resonates with the evil, wicked queen. And when you think about it, she kind of looks like one of them, doesn't she? I'm pronouncing Tuberville correctly? I can't tell because I keep saying it both ways. Well, hang on. Electrostorm is saying she feels so bad for Florida. Once DeSantis drops out of the race, he will go down even harder on Florida. All right, let's get Electrostorm to, let's reel in the positivity. We're not going to project that out into the universe to the poor people of Florida. Cruella DeVille. No, worse than Cruella. I'm thinking the Wicked Queen in Snow White. Casey DeFascist. Yep. Farmers Insurance got out of Florida. Yeah, Electrostorm, the only reason I called you out on that was that we don't want to be projecting bad things for Florida. They have it bad enough already, and hurricane season hasn't begun yet. Amanda's asking, has Trump been kicked out of the Republican race? No, he's like, he's slated to be the nominee. I'm not saying he is. Will Ron DeSantis be finished by next month? I'm really getting he'll be finished by next month. He looks terrible. Yes, people are leaving Florida in droves. I've heard that too. Hang on. Are people leaving Florida in droves? Yeah, they come in here, believe me. They're coming here. You should see Maine. Huh, Cheryl? Cheryl's in Maine. DeSantis hasn't turned in his financials to be officially in the race yet. He thinks he can just jump over all the rules, like the rest of them. Yeah, I know you're not projecting, but I just want you to think that it's going to be better. That's all. Once he drops out, he will be back full time and causing more trouble for Florida. Maybe once he drops out, he'll lose his mojo. I'm sorry, I know that I'm really a stickler. But we just, it's our job here to think the best. I'm just saying. He could get ousted. One night I was here and I was saying the people of Florida might just knock him off his pedestal, right? And somebody was in the chat saying, oh, that'll never happen. It's like, never say never. We live in unprecedented times. Okay. Did I pick 3 cards in Tuberville? Yes, I did. Trying to think of who we must... Oh my goodness, the sand went through the hourglass. We're flipping. We're flipping. I flipped it. I'm really bad at this being, on a timer thing. Yes, Amanda, that's true. Trump has officially been convicted and he's still allowed in the race. Yes, that's the point that I was making with we live in unprecedented times. We don't know, like for example, Ron DeSantis was not supposed to be able to run for president while he had the job as governor, not doing a very good job, governor of Florida, right? But he changed the law. And also, according to the 14th Amendment, if somebody was involved in an insurrection, they are not to be allowed to hold public office, okay? So, yeah. So never say never. Let's just pull 3 cards about Trump. Let's see. Who's paying off Tuberville? I get that there's an international enemy connection. Yeah. So... we're going to read on Trump. I'm trying to think of a question. Georgia. Fonnie Willis in Georgia. I think any day now we're going to hear about an indictment and an arrest, which will be the 3rd for Trump. It'll be twice impeached and 3 times arrested. And the American people knew enough to not, enough people knew enough not to vote Trump in 2020. And we're still here. Just saying. So we're reading about Georgia. Okay, we're going to pull 3 cards about Trump and Georgia. Nothing makes sense anymore. Exactly. That's why we psychics are in business. Hi, Rondaroo. There on the best part of Florida is the Florida Keys. Yeah, how about Key West had some kind of an underwater... It was these people dressed as mermaids, these women dressed as mermaids playing musical instruments under the water to raise awareness for the coral reefs. The water in Florida is getting to be in the mid 90 degrees. We're in the upside down, that's for sure. Trump in Georgia. The hangman. Yeah, the waters in Florida are in the 90s. It's bad. Florida's a great state. This is about Trump in Georgia. The hangman means he's going to have to surrender. Yep. And the people in law enforcement and the justice system are bonding together. They're putting a really strong case together. Fani Willis is I just want to say Fani Willis is a visionary. She has it all envisioned what needs to happen for Trump to save our country. These people that are working for our justice system, they're doing no less than, I mean, it's like if you're in a war for democracy, they're soldiers. The Department of Justice are soldiers. They're fighting the fight to save our country. Maybe send them a thank you note. Yeah, we're still talking about Florida a little bit. This is about Trump in Georgia. I'm scared about hurricane season. I think people are leaving Florida because of that. I don't mean to scare you all. Just make sure you're prepared, if you can be. Fani Willis in Georgia and Trump, the hangman means he's going to have to turn himself in. The Four of Wands, they have a seamless case. They have a very obvious and seamless case. Just, it's factual what Trump did. It's factual. It's on tape. Anyway, and Fani Willis, she's a visionary. She has it all envisioned. Oh yeah, Casey DeSantis, you're still talking about her? She's a thief. Going back to the topic of Casey, now I'm going to think of her as the Wicked Witch, not from The Wizard of Oz, the one in Snow White. That's what Casey reminds me of. Was Fani Willis a warrior in a past lifetime? Yes. And I said Jack Smith was George Washington, but you can't really prove past lives. He has the same energy. That's what I pick up. Hey, check out my last week's channeling our founding fathers on the 4th of July. I mean, now the following Wednesday, it just feels like it was a year ago, because so much happens. All right, so look, oh my goodness, it's 47 minutes. That means I have to kind of wrap it up. So I'm also doing shorter videos because my schedule's wide open and I've got, nobody's booking a reading. I don't know what's going on with that. Commercial break, and then I'll answer a couple questions. If you would like to be in spiritual boot camp, you will get certified for one. This is kind of hard to see. It's not too late to sign up. You will have only missed one class for which you can receive a video recording of the class. So it's not too late if you want to sign up for spiritual summer school, spiritual boot camp, meditation, divination, dowsing, tarot, clairvoyance, the law of attraction, mediumship, and more. You'll be learning all of those things. It's not too late. It's on Saturdays for 90 minutes and a Zoom meeting room. So go to Psychic Annette Dion to sign up. My schedule is wide open for readings. I can't figure it out. I'm going to have to do a reading on that. Tarot and tea leaf readings. I've been doing readings for 30 whole years. And I know what I'm doing, and I can help you. I'm also a spiritual life coach. Just saying. Grassroots of Democracy meets 3 times per week. Join us. Save us from the fascist takeover attempts, plural. Grassrootsofdemocracy.com. We also meet tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's our discussion group. And that's my really quick commercial. So let's see what else you want to know. I'm going to open it up. There's so many questions we could ask. Don Jr., how is he after the breakup? The breakup? What breakup? They broke up? You have to answer my question first. Did Kimberly break? Is that what you're saying? Is this breaking breakup news? Lisa, let me know. They broke up. When did that happen? I can't believe I missed that news. Was that breaking news? I don't know. I just have a visual of that. Breaking news! Dawn and the gargoyle have split up. Yes, others will be charged in the Georgia case. Yeah, I don't even have to read it. It doesn't take a psychic. Clarence Thomas. I mean, there are certain people that are, very prominent, very much in the news, that I just get so angry when I see them, and Clarence Thomas is one. Read for you. You have to book a reading. I'm doing a show on the new moon, on the 18th with Kathy Beal, professional Aquarian astrologer. She's really good. That's going to be on the new moon in Cancer. Well, let's read on Don Jr., who's trying to say that cocaine was hunters, and I said 5 times it wasn't hunters. Laura's saying hello from hot as hell, Florida. I'm in solidarity with you. I'm not installing my window unit air conditioning all summer. I'm not doing it. We're reading on Don Jr. Oh, she's eating sourdough bread with butter and orange chicken nuggets? You had me at the sourdough bread. Don Jr., how's he doing? When did this happen? Pray tell. Oh, and thank you if you feel the move to donate. I think you can, but my YouTube is so screwed up. Let me know if you can become a member. I don't know if that's been wiped away either. We're reading on Don Jr. and the breakup. And then I'm going to do 3 community cards and I'm going to go because I'm already over time. He's not well. This is a turning point for Don Jr. This is like he's really... Understand that Don Jr. has not that I feel sympathy for people that are that horrible. He's a very, very damaged human being. The nerve of him going after Hunter Biden for having, been an addict for his whole life. When isn't that the what do they say? Isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? So Don Jr. Oh, the join button is not here. Thank you for letting me know. So, when you hit the dollar icon, it says members only. Terry, we might need an emergency meeting to figure out this YouTube stuff. I'm having a hard time getting paid. You thought they broke up? They didn't break up. Anyway, well, I think they're on their way. Why did you say they broke up and then they didn't? Well, that's what the pendulum is for. Alright, okay, if they haven't, we're going to ask... You can be a moderator. Sure, I'm leaving in a couple minutes, but definitely, for the future. Oh, that's an interesting question. Is Gavin Newsom going to be the VP with Kamala after Joe Biden steps down? Well, I'm the one, I don't know if anybody else is saying that, but I'm the one that said Joe Biden would get reelected and he'd serve 2 years and he would voluntarily hand it off to Kamala. I really think that's his plan. To get a woman president in the United States for the first time ever. It's about time, people. Are Don Jr. and Kimberly on their way out? It's not been decided. Well, let's do this. Are they having a hard time getting along? They're having a hard time getting along. Yes. So there's that. I might stay for an hour because I want to ask about these heinous anti-gay laws. Thank you, Sharon. You're a good marketer. marketing friends. I appreciate you, my friends. When I say get a reading, because I've got my schedules wide open, it's like it's a win-win. I mean, you get a lot of information. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of my talents. Hire me and book a reading. Why not? It's all about you. It's not about me. It's all about you. It's just that that's how I make a living. I make a living, everybody. We are going to read on these heinous anti-gay and trans laws. This is, there's no need for this hatred. Oh, Heather Rita said that about Biden. I feel like Biden will get back in easily because the economy is going to be really good, and people will have jobs, and they'll be, we'll kind of have like a blue collar, like a middle class again. We will. And but I don't think he wants to do 4 more years, but he'll do 2. I think that's what's in his mind. And it's not because of failing health or anything. It's because he'll be in the last decade or so of his life, and he wants to spend it relaxing. Thank you, Carol. We're reading on these heinous anti-gay laws. Okay, so there's going to be a little while. We need time to get rid of the fascists. We need time to, get them out of the way. And I think what I see is a little bit of a long-term, drudge, slog, going through the legal system, but eventually we will have trans and gay rights, and we will have women's rights back. There's going to be some big cases coming down that will be a win for, I don't even want to say the Democrats, for human beings coming down by like late summer, by late August. We're going to see some changes for the better in terms of these heinous draconian laws out of the 1700s and 1800s. It's going to change. The country needs to heal from all these maggot fascists. Telling it like you feel it. We don't need to heal from them. We need to oust them. Okay, so 3 cards. A million things we could read on. I would have made it shorter tonight, but I'm moving slow from the heat. Another lawsuit on Fox News. Yeah. They're going. It's kind of like they're all going down, but this is just we need to chip away at it and chip away at it and chip away at it. Thank you, Rhonda. 3 community cards. We're gonna get finished right under an hour. If I can talk really fast. Don't believe the bad news hype, because there's going to be a lot of bad news hype. Go to the sources of news that are truthful. Go to Midas Touch on YouTube. Go to Brian Tyler Cohen on YouTube. Glenn Kirshner. What's his name? David Packman. Because the community cards are saying there's going to be a lot of fear mongering out there in the next few days. The moon card, and I feel like that has to do with Trump being indicted, by the way. Because you know how they hype everyone out. Oh, there's going to be violence, and not that there couldn't be, but don't get over the top. Because I've read before that we're not going to ever have another insurrection. You don't eat out. It kind of came out of left field. Oh, Hal Sparks has a lot of good information as well. He's a little hard for me to follow. People think I'm hard to follow. Oh yeah, he wins that contest. He's great. I'm not saying anything negative. Elon Musk has a lawsuit against Meta. He's not going to win. I'll tell you that. And I joined Threads even though I jumped off of Facebook. I still have an account there. And I barely use Instagram, but I jumped onto Threads just to, for marketing. And marketing grassroots of democracy too. Yes. Well, I'm slowing down because I'm slow in pace today because I don't have air conditioning. But anyway, the moon, I'll be back on Friday, and if it's nice out, I'll be outside. Super sticker and super chat should be fixed now. Click the money below the chat. Can somebody do that? Can somebody donate $1 or something just so I know? Yeah, so the moon, there's going to be, in the next couple of days, a lot of news that's going to get you all, like, upset. So just know the news and turn it off. We're rebuilding our democracy. We're just at the beginning stages. You know, first we have to get people to know what's going on. Yes, tell all your friends that have no clue what the heck is going on in this country that there's a fascist takeover attempt in motion. Not saying they're going to win. Yeah, turn off the stories when they start. You can't donate money to me? Oh my goodness. Terry's going to let me know if she can have a quick meeting tomorrow. We need to figure this out. I'm up to here. Love you, YouTube. How did the live hearings go in Congress? Do they have them already? We'll have to do that. We'll have to do that on Friday, okay? So keep those questions in mind for Friday. And I might start doing mini pre-recorded videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays too. I don't have AC. I'm not doing AC this summer. Did you? Yeah, I guess you weren't here. Okay, we'll fix the glitches on YouTube. We got to figure it out. This girl needs to get paid. And thank you for your support. The Three of Pentacles. The most important thing for Democrats, and for thank you, Terry. The most important thing, we'll figure it out, is that we start working on messaging. Save our democracy. Okay, drink a lot of water. If you're in a heat zone, well, we all are right now. Thank you, Sharon. If you're in a heat zone, make sure that you kind of take it easy. Thank you, Sylvia. 108 tomorrow. See, here's the thing. I may need to refresh my screen for the money to work. We'll have it figured out. You can also mail a check. And thank you to those of you who have done that. We'll have it figured out by Friday. I'm having, I'm not very successful at making my videos much shorter, but it's a pretty good attempt. It was a whole hourglass and a half, which is like 45 minutes. I think that's wrong. Anyway. Thank you. Love you all. Eat a popsicle. Pet your cat. Do what you need to do to feel good, and book a reading and sign up for spiritual summer camp. What a fun thing to do, to learn all about psychic stuff this summer. All right? Namaste. See you soon. Bye.